What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I'm one half of Dynamic Joe Twisted alongside Brother Pyro.
What up, y'all?
And we are recapping TNA's Bound for Glory. This is our first TNA podcast. If you haven't, listened to the pre-show, definitely go and listen to that one. But this is our first time ever covering TNA, and we will be covering a lot more of them going forward.
Oh, yeah.
They are now taking the majority spot for AEW.
Yes.
With that being said, beautiful match card, beautiful show overall. Do you disagree?
I told you it was going to be good.
Oh, I know. I knew I was in for something, good and to love when it came to TNA.
Something not your normal style.
Not necessarily, no, but that was because I was brought into WWE, and at the time of me that would have been introduced to TNA, my ex was more into the beautiful people.
Which, I'm pretty sure this happened on the pre-show, because we didn't see it on the main show.
It did.
Them, alongside Mickie James, took the rightful spot in the TNA Hall of Fame. Congratulations to them.
Why did they only do 3, though? Like, WWE, they do, kind of a plethora.
They keep it small so it's more impactful.
Okay. Hey, however they want to do it. But with that being said, why don't you start us off?
Frankie Kazarian, Steve Maclin, the TNA International Championship. 2 guys that are definitely first ballot TNA Hall of Famers in their own right. Went to war. Beautiful back and forth. Like I said, this was going to be a technical spectacle, and that's exactly what it was. And for the most part, neither man willing to give an inch.
Mm-hmm.
As we proceeded through the match, counters, they had answers for everything that each other threw at them.
Yes.
This goes to show how well they knew each other, based off of previous matches. Going into the closing moments, Maclin was able to swing momentum in his favor.
Yes.
And eventually pick up the win to regain the title that he lost at Victory Road. Steve Maclin, Frankie Kazarian, really good match. Steve Maclin, congratulations on becoming the new international champion.
I was going to say the title of many names, as you pointed out to me before
Well, okay,
our pre-show.
so when it was introduced, it was the Legends title, introduced by Booker T in the late 2000s, early 2010s.
Okay.
Then it became the TV title.
Okay.
Then it became the King of the Mountain title.
I remember hearing that.
Now it is the international title. Let me see if this thing has had any other names. And while I look this up, please take us into our next match.
Next match was Tessa Blanchard taking on Gia Miller. If you guys aren't familiar with that, Gia Miller is a ring announcer and extra on the outside. She's not usually one to be an in-ring competitor. However, given the attack from Tessa Blanchard a while back, she is now stepping into the ring for, I believe, one of the first times ever. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's one of the first.
For a good chunk of this match, it was actually favored in Gia Miller's side. She had counters and answers and a lot of shocking moments towards Tessa Blanchard. However, closing moments for this match, because it was a fairly quick match.
It was.
Closing moments, Tessa's able to distract and send the momentum her way, picking up the win. I believe it was by messing and interfering with the referee.
No. She pulled a page out of her daddy's playbook and hit her over the head with a sack of quarters.
Yep, because she pulled the it was with referee not paying attention, because she did pull something from the side of the ropes.
Yeah, it was the rope quarters. Oh yeah, when she pulled off the turnbuckle pad.
The turnbuckle, that's where I was getting at.
Yeah.
So the referee was distracted, hit her in the head with the roll of quarters, 1, 2, 3. Tessa Blanchard picks up the win. Not much else to be said about that match, honestly.
Okay, it was also the Digital Media Championship.
I think I remember it being named that too.
It was the Digital Media Championship, and then it was the Digital Media title name was retired and replaced.
Okay.
Next, we move into 20 people calling their shot. Starting us off was what Marta said. How do you say her name?
I have no clue.
Formerly known as Jakara Jackson.
Yeah, her.
And then Li Yang Li?
Formerly known as Xylee.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
They started off the match. We got the Nemeth brothers at 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
As the match proceeded, obviously the ring started to fill up.
Yes.
We got notable names like AJ Francis, BDE. Who was it that came to... They were out with Gia Miller in the previous match. Jody Threat, I want to say was her name.
Yeah.
She was making her way to the ring. Frankie Kazarian attacks her.
Mm-hmm.
Frankie Kazarian then takes her spot in the Battle Royal.
I think it was like at number 15 at this
Something
point.
like that. Santino Marella ended up being the next man in.
At 16.
At 16. Was quickly eliminated.
I wasn't ready.
Reference to his Rumble back in like 2011, 2012. That was funny.
Yeah.
But, so as the field starts to thin, because AJ Francis came in, had a few quick eliminations.
Oh, yeah.
As the field starts to thin, we wound down to our last two, Frankie Kazarian and Nic Nemeth. And as they're going back and forth, because now this is a one-on-one match, ref goes down, we get a new ref. The original ref does come too. Both refs count 3, favor of opposite opponents. So Santino then declares, for the first time ever, the Call Your Shot will have 2. There will be 2 winners. There will be dual winners. Personally, I think they should have restarted the match and let it go one fall to a finish.
I mean, I agree with you on that one, but then I feel like there wouldn't have been enough time for the beautiful matches that we have on later. And you know exactly which one I'm
definitely feel like there still would have been time. Hey, we're restarting this. Y'all go at it. If there ends up not being, a rightful winner, there is no winner.
Okay.
I feel like that's how it should have went, but that's just me.
All right. Next match on the card, I did it to myself. Lord,
yet again.
Do I hate this? If y'all know me, you know how much I hate this next woman. I despise her. No, there's going to be nothing in the world that is going to make me love this woman. TNA Knockouts champion. You don't even go here. Kelani Jordan takes on new-ish member of the TNA roster, Indi Hartwell.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a very recent member of it.
This was another quickish match.
It was.
There's nothing really to point out. There was a majority of the match that Indi did have the upper hand on Kelani. A lot of moments where you thought Indi was going to pick up the win early on in this match. A lot of very close falls. And then we get to the middle where Kelani hits her moonsault off the top rope and ended up pinning her 3 times, getting a 2.5 count each time. Closing moments, again, nothing really special. Picking up the win, unfortunately, it's still your TNA Knockouts champion, Kelani Jordan. God, there's nothing else I could say about this woman.
All right.
Nothing else and nothing good.
All right. So from disdain of one competitor to disdain in factions, hardcore wars take over, and by God, this was not a match you wanted to watch if you had a weak stomach, because it started hard and heavy.
There was a point in this match I covered Baby Crossroads' eyes because he tried to watch it. Like,
you don't need to be watching this.
Too little.
You kept trying to redirect him to his tablet, and because he was watching Mickey. You tried. You really tried. But this was not a match for the weakened stomach or the faint of heart, because when they said hardcore wars, they weren't lying. Point of this, almost a War Games-esque match.
Yes.
2 to start, alternating. Everybody brings in a weapon. That is one requirement. And then once all members of both teams are in, the match officially begins.
I believe it was the system that had the advantage.
The system did have the advantage.
Yep.
Nope. Order 4 had the advantage.
They did? Okay.
Yes, because Moose was the last one out.
Okay. For the system. Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So, that got the match started. Again, great match. At one point, you saw... I want to say it was Indi Edwards get his head cut open with a cheese grater. I don't remember if it was Indi Edwards.
It was not Indi Edwards. No.
But you saw a cheese grater get taken to somebody's forehead.
Mm-hmm.
And that part will forever stick out to me. Pretty sure the clip of that is somewhere on my TikTok, by the way. I am almost certain that parts of that match are on my TikTok. And if they are not, they bout to be. But this match was everything you wanted and more. There really wasn't, like I said, nothing stood out because everything stood out. Alisha Edwards is one badass.
Yep.
Alright? Her willingness to take the thumbtack spot is insane. Please give that woman a raise. Give that woman her flowers, because she did not have to do all that. Because trust me, you watched it, I saw it, we and you were like, nope, not okay. This is not okay. I don't want to do this.
I believe it was either Indi Edwards that did get broken open, or I thought it was Brian Myers.
It could have been either one.
You were talking about the cheese grater, so I had to look up the face and try to remember who it was.
Yes.
So,
okay,
I know it was one of those, but I know it was in JDC.
I know. That one I knew. I knew it wasn't him, and I knew it wasn't one of the ladies, because it happened before Moose got out there.
Yes. And that one was... That made me cringe, even. And I'm usually one not for cringy, but a cheese grater, man.
Oh, that's not okay. Moose came out, that chain wrapped around the shoulder.
Yep.
Definitely got put to use almost immediately.
Yes, definitely.
And as we got into the closing moments, he once again wrapped his shoulder in it, was able to hit a spear on, I want to say it was Ali, who had just missed a 450 into thumbtacks.
Yep.
As he was aiming for Alisha Edwards. Thankfully, she was able to roll out the way. Moose hits that spear. They pick up the 1, 2, 3. The system proves why they are the number one faction in TNA. Order 4, get your together.
I mean, looking at it, and obviously remembering people from formerly in WWE, obviously there's members in the system and in Order 4 that were formerly there. You look at the names, and at first when I was doing this, I just kind of looked for what looked like the stronger faction. Now, upon watching how the factions move, you can see that the system works more as a family rather than it does a faction. Kind of like
the
how
system
moves do.
The system moves as one unit.
Yeah.
If you look at Order 4, you have your clear-cut leader.
Yep, and Mustafa.
And everybody else just follows suit.
Yeah. Whereas, like...
Now, am I saying that makes them a bad faction?
No.
Not at all. But you can tell the two different styles in which the teams operate.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And it was abundantly clear.
Yeah.
As the match progressed, because at points you had, Moose, who would be the de facto leader to the system.
Okay.
Kind of just getting in there and helping his guys, clean house.
Yeah.
Whereas you had points in the match where Ali was just...
Standing in the
background, kind of directing traffic, really avoiding getting his hands dirty at certain moments in the match.
And Moose was definitely their best answer for their newest Agent Zero.
Yeah, I would say Moose is not afraid to get in there and get scrappy and, get his hands dirty. I still remember Moose in Ring of Honor.
Yeah. I would say you've been following these guys' career a lot more than I have.
So, I'm just saying, Moose is definitely one of those guys. if you're gonna build a faction around somebody or even a company, Moose is that guy.
Yeah.
Moose, Eddie Edwards, because Eddie Edwards I've also been following forever.
I remember when we first started this, and I remember the name Eddie Edwards, and for the longest time, I thought Eddie Edwards and Eddie Kingston were the same people.
Yep. And I kept having to tell you, no, honey.
Nope. And then I had the curse of Eddie Kingston, and now it seems that although I like him, I have the curse of Kelani Jordan.
Yep. They're like, well, you started liking him, so now we got to replace it.
Yeah, nothing's going to make me ever like Lonnie. You can make her the baddest heel in the company. You can make her Alexa Bliss cringy babyface from NXT, which is kind of what she is. I'll never like her.
But
ain't gonna be nothing you do.
All right. So we're going to move on from Hardcore Wars to the match that stole the show.
Oh, we knew it was going to.
Oh, dude, if you didn't think this stole the show, then you are wrong.
What is it that Desario said? If you aren't excited
from
this match alone,
then there's something wrong with you.
Then there's no reason to be happy about this entire show. There's no reason to get into this entire show. Javon Evans, Leon Slater for the X Division Championship, and I cannot say anything bad about this match. Both men put it all on the line. There were close counts, near falls, almost 9 counts outside of the ring. There is so much to cover in this match that I can't get all into it in just one podcast.
No. Dude, they complemented each other so well. Their styles were so similar yet so different that it was really, there was no clear favorite. And the fact that they were able to counteract and bounce back,
literally bounce off of each other,
was beautiful.
I think in all retrospect, you have Javon, who may be a little bit newer to the game than Leon. I could be wrong. They could have started around the same time. But anyways, when you look at the fighting style, he's a little bit newer to the game than Leon is. Leon definitely is that harder. What I mean by that is, let me finish what I gotta say, and then you can go. Leon is definitely that more bouncier style, just like Javon is, but he's the harder hitting version. And I think that upon this match, he definitely helped Javon kind of tackle and get into that deeper, hard-hitting side that he needed to unlock to become a champion. Definitely. I think that, like you said, they complemented each other so well. They were so similar. And upon doing that, I think he unlocked something in Javon that Javon didn't know he needed or had.
He definitely unlocked, like, that second gear for Javon.
Oh, yeah, which is something he definitely needs going into any other title match beyond this one. Like I said, there's so much to cover in this match. I can't stand here and say enough good things about it. Definitely up for a candidate of match of the year. However, getting into our closing moments, both men are on the outside of the ring, and the bell sounds. Now, we think it's a 10 count. However, the ref was only at a count of 5 at the time. The announcers say that they've hit the 20-minute time limit for the match. The crowd says this is BS.
The crowd is not happy. You and I are sitting here unhappy.
Santino Marella comes out and he goes, when we have a pay-per-view, we try to keep it within a certain time limit because we like things running smoothly. We want everything to kind of go in a good time frame. However, it seems to me that you guys would like a little bit more. Am I right? And the crowd erupted. And we're, at home screaming, trying to get this man to hear us through the TV. And he said, you know what? I'm going to give you guys 5 more minutes. And immediately upon that, at this time both men are in the ring. They heard that bell went off and right at each other.
Right again. Back at it like they didn't miss a beat. Like, watching them in a match is like playing pinball when they give you the extra ball. Ding 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 ding. They move so quickly, so agilely. It is. You blink and you miss something.
Yes.
It is so hard to keep up with the both of them. on a normal basis. Now you put them together, and it's that much more difficult.
Yeah, definitely. Closing, like I said, right after that, they're fighting back and forth. We're getting 2 counts. We're getting 2.5 counts.
They realize we got 5 minutes to get this done. Let's get this done. No wasted motion.
We, unfortunately, didn't even get to the 5-minute time limit before the lights went out. And at first, me and you were thinking, oh, it's going to be one of the winners from earlier in the night. It's going to be Nic Nemeth. It's going to be Frankie Kazarian. It could be one of them cashing in. Nope. It is none other than Darkstate, here to ruin one of the greatest matches. This match ends in no contest.
See, I get being salty that y'all just lost your titles. But instead of attacking these guys, why not get involved in the match involving the guys that took the titles off you, which is the match I'm about to cover next. Matt and Jeff, the Hardys, take on Bully Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys. Team 3D.
One last table. Team 3D makes
their entrance. TNA theme in WWE gear.
Poetic.
They decide they're going to go back. They grab some tables. They set them up. They call for Spike. Spike Dudley in TNA is not something I ever thought I'd see. Them wearing the fake glasses, not something I ever thought I'd see again. But man, am I glad we got it.
Yep.
They set up the tables. They're in the ring. Now here come Matt and Jeff. They make their way to the ring. They realize they've come empty-handed. They go to the back. Here come a ladder and a chair. That was one tall ladder, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah.
They make their entrance. We get in the ring. We get going. Bell starts. And right off rip, Bully and Devon take control. They get Matt out the ring. Jeff gets hit with a 3D through a table. Objective of this match, put both of your opponents through a table.
Yes. I like how they did that.
They've already completed half the work.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff, in the first 2 minutes, has already gone through a table. They thought they were going to get Matt. They were able to come through, and these teams know each other so well. Decades upon decades, match upon match. You can see the history. You can see where this went.
Yeah.
How well they know each other. Matt was able to kind of get Jeff finally back in it. Now they're going. At one point, Matt went to go put Devon through a table, and he missed with the leg drop. And ref waved it off. Matt put himself through the table. Devon did not put him through the table.
Which means
that it does not count.
Yes.
As the match kept going, no team is able to pick up the clear advantage. The Hardys pulled a divide and conquer method, which worked again in the first 5 minutes earlier for the Dudleys.
Yeah.
After they, got Bubba kind of out of it for a while, they attacked Devon on the outside. They're going. They get him onto a table on the outside. Jeff, swanton off that tall ladder, through Devon. That's table 1. Now we're all tied up.
Yes.
Matt needs to go through a table. Bully needs to go through a table to really call this a match. Devon is not moving. They focus on Bubba. But Bully Ray is really trying so hard to, fight back, win this for his team. There's a table set up in the corner that, Matt is able to avoid going through.
Mm-hmm.
Bully doesn't go through it either. And as they realize what is happening, Bully finally realizing, I don't have a chance doing this 2-on-1. Matt and Jeff look like they're about to assault him with the chairs. They drop the chairs. You see the Bully kind of, you know what? Just finish it.
White flag.
Pretty much. They wave the white flag in a sign of respect. Bully goes through that second table. Matt and Jeff retain the TNA and NXT tag titles.
You need me to finish off?
No, I got this.
Okay.
I got this. Post-match, Devon starts to stir. They help Bully out of the rubble.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the ring. They have a moment of respect. They hug it out. They shake hands. Matt and Jeff go to leave. They get pulled back by the Dudleys.
In true Dudley fashion, it would have been, I'm going to put you through another table, but at the same point, we ain't back to that anymore.
No, we're not at that spot anymore. I'm trying to do this without getting emotional, man.
Let me know if I got to step in.
So, they tell them to wait a minute. They deboot. They remove their boots and hand them over, signifying this truly was not only the last table, the last time they're going to face off, but really signifying that this was the last ride.
For the Dudleys.
For Bully and Devon. For the Dudleys, for Team 3D, whatever you want to call them. This was their last match.
They're done.
They're done. They're hanging them up. They're out. They give the boots to the Hardys. Everybody hugs it out. They proceed to exit. Matt and Jeff are kind of sitting there soaking in that moment of, wow, this really just happened.
Yeah.
They go ahead. They make their exit. Dude, this was my childhood. I don't want to hear it from you.
I know. No, I know.
A very beautiful ending to a very beautiful rivalry that has spanned about 3 decades now.
I know you were mad about the way that
looking at it after taking a few days post the series, post it happening.
Yeah,
I understand it.
Yeah, but did you notice something about Bully? Right before he went through the table, what he said?
No.
I'm sorry, just do it. And up and down. They made it quick. They made it as painless as it could be.
I don't think there's anything painless about going through a table.
Okay, they made it as painless as they could have. Instead of just, smashing him entirely through it, they just went, let me help you with that.
But, great sign of respect. The end of an era, the mark of the end of a great rivalry. Wrestling fans need to watch this and truly appreciate this for what it was. Much like we did for Crown Jewel, AJ Styles. John Cena. Please appreciate this for what it was. Because, you know what? A lot of these guys are getting up there. A lot of these guys aren't going to be around much longer. We're seeing that. Those of us that got to grow up on the John Cenas, the AJ Styles, the Hardys, the Dudleys.
Mm-hmm. John Cena is one of the biggest reasons I got into this. And now he's out the door. Yeah.
Look at you, 14 years later, because you started watching in 2011? 2011, 2012.
Yeah, roughly.
Okay, so you got a decade of him.
Yeah.
I've gotten to watch him since his debut.
I know.
I've gotten to see Styles from almost the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Where...
Yeah. So, 20 plus years of wrestling, you're watching all this. And
yeah, this is rough, man.
Can you imagine how Desario feels?
That man, I was about ready to call him to see where he was emotionally. You know what? While you walk us through this next match, I'm going to shoot him a text.
So, final match of the night, we have Mike Santana going against TNA World Champion Trick Williams. A chance for Santana to finally be on the mountaintop. Both men, obviously making their entrance. We see that Trick comes out with the title upside down in a sign of disrespect to the company and to all the men who have held it before, saying that he is the one that turns TNA upside down because now it is him who runs it. Match gets started and you can really see what this means, what this opportunity means to Santana. Where he wants to be at the mountaintop. He wants the company on his shoulders. He wants to be that guy. Absolutely beautiful match. Beautiful back and forth. Neither man had an upper hand in the beginning of it. When either did have an upper hand, it didn't last very long. I forgot how Santana did get broken open, but I know he did. He got busted open.
If I'm not mistaken, it was him going into the steps.
Okay. So there is a moment he gets thrown into the steps by Trick, I believe it is, or Trick sideswipes him.
Something like that.
Him. And he does get busted open in the forehead. Closing moments of this match. I'm blinking so hard. I forgot. I could have sworn there was some type of interference from Trick.
Nope.
No.
No interference.
Clean? Okay.
At one point, Trick did go to use the title.
Yes. That's what I was thinking.
The ref stopped him like, yo, no, this isn't, no, we ain't doing this like this.
Okay. Part of me was like, I can't remember if that
Nobody got involved.
Yeah, if that 100% did happen. No, I believe his lawyer did try to get involved.
I don't remember him trying to get involved.
Trick's lawyer did get up on the
okay.
On the ring apron. I'm so sorry, guys. I am completely losing my mind. I have been sick the last couple of days, so my brain is completely scattered at the moment. So I do apologize for my blabbering and going all over the place. Not be able to call this match for what it is.
Yeah. That's fine.
But closing moments, Santana is able to thankfully climb the mountaintop, pick up the win. Your new...
He has spin the block.
Yes. And Trick hit the pavement.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3, your new TNA World Champion, Mike Santana. There was a beautiful moment once Trick exited the ring that they brought his daughter in. And I gotta, as being a parent myself, I got a little emotional watching this because he not only puts the title on her shoulder, but something that you don't really see in like the world of WWE is he knelt down, kissed the floor where her feet are, and said, "I hope you're proud of me."
Yeah.
And for that to happen, and for not only his daughter wasn't excited about being in the ring, she wasn't happy that Daddy won the gold. She was crying because she was so proud of her dad.
Yeah, Dad did it. Dad did exactly what he said he was gonna do. But also, let's talk another post match moment. Lights kind of going out. They came back on.
Yes.
Nick Nemeth is out with the trophy. You're thinking he's gonna, come and steal this moment away.
Yep.
After the refs or security or whatever, no, whatever. We're thinking Frankie Kazarian is now in the ring.
Mm-hmm. This was, I believe, before his daughter got in the ring. So,
I believe this was before his daughter got in the ring. Frankie Kazarian is in the ring. However, you need to have the trophy of the Call Your Shot gauntlet with you to be able to cash in.
Kind of like the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, Frankie Kazarian could have declared his intentions right then and there all he wanted. Because the title was in Nick Nemeth's possession at the time and not his, it wouldn't have succeeded. Frankie Kazarian is immediately laid out with a spin the block of his own. Match never got started. Insert Santana's daughter, the big moment of celebration.
They brought out their Puerto Rican flag. It is noted that Santana has now become the very first Puerto Rican champion for TNA. I know you're very happy about that. Our Puerto Rican boy on his own. Absolutely beautiful. I know normally if you guys follow the podcast and you are a consistent listener, we do normally grade the matches. Brother Pyro normally does. However, for this one being our first, he did not grade it. However, overall, what would you give this entire card?
This match, top to bottom, was perfect. A+ show, A+ card. I don't think there is anything other than maybe giving both women's matches and that opening match just a little more time. And I'm not saying, they needed another 10 minutes, but another 3 to 5 would have been perfect.
I think those would have been your lowest grades.
And again, that's just because of time's sake wise.
Yeah.
we did not get a lot of time, but overall, A+ show. Go back and rewatch it. I think this is one of those pay-per-views that deems a rewatch, by any wrestling fan.
So, I want to point this out before we get off air. I have a very close friend who, in the next year or two, depending upon how much she gets into this, would love to be on the podcast.
I will get her.
You know exactly who this friend is. Her name is Chipmunk. And I did tell her that there is a match from this pay-per-view that I really want her to see. She said, who is it? I said, it's nobody that you've been introduced to before because, guys, mind you, she has been out of the wrestling world for the last 2.5, almost 3 years, in times that we weren't, unfortunately, speaking. And I told her that it is Leon Slater and it is Javon Evans. I want to show her this match. She will absolutely fall back in love with it.
The day you show her this match, I want to be here because I want to see her reaction.
Oh, definitely. She will be here for Saturday night's main event when we cover John Cena's last match. So, I know that'll be
I'm not ready!
After all of this, we come back next for Halloween Havoc, correct?
Yes.
Again,
NXT Halloween Havoc, you are more than likely doing pre-show without me, as I do have a prior engagement that day.
Yes, and we will figure that out. Come that. Other than that, that does lead us at the end of this. And with that being said,
we are out.
We are out.